Hey, Cohen here, and real quick, I want to share something with you that hopefully will help you out. It'll help you when you have these moments of uncertainty, when you have these moments of when maybe no one feels the same way that you feel. I'm going to tell you to keep pushing, to keep going, even when it feels like you are on an island by yourself, when it seems like it's just you, when it seems like nothing is happening in your business, when it seems like maybe you're posting on social media and nothing's happening. Maybe you're not getting the likes, the comments, the engagement that you should get. Maybe you're trying to start this business and it seems like you're not getting any traction. No one's ordering from you, or no one believes that you can do it, or no one has the passion that you have, right, when it comes to you talking about this thing. I'm going to tell you to keep pushing, to keep going, all right? Especially when your own self-thoughts start to get to you, and when you start to doubt if you could do it, if you start to doubt if this is ever going to work, when you start to think that, look, I've been putting so much time into this thing, I'm studying, I'm reading, I'm writing up my plan, I'm doing what the gurus say to do. I'm doing what the folks on YouTube or Instagram or social media platforms outside of those two say what to do. And I'm still not seeing nothing, Ty. I'm still not seeing nothing. Maybe this is not going to work. Maybe I'm not, meant to do this stuff. I'm telling you to keep going, because one day, you're going to see where all of the effort that you put in has been worth it. And now if you give up, if you quit too soon, if you follow what everyone else has done, you know how many people have started something, that have tried to start something and they've just given up? They've given up too soon, right? I want you to look for the book, 3 Feet from Gold. All right, 3 Feet from Gold, Gold. It's a book about an individual who's a miner, and he's just mining, and he's mining, and he's mining, and he's mining. And one day, he decides to kind of give up because he thinks that his efforts are not getting him anywhere. Literally, did he know that he was 3 feet from gold? If he had just pushed forward 3 feet more, he would have seen this windfall, right, of everything that he was looking for. And oftentimes we just give up a little bit too soon. The other day, well, before I even get to that, I want to talk about something else too. The other day, there was an announcement that the FDA approved CRISPR. You guys may have seen this in the news. Hopefully you've seen this in the news, to help as a cure for people that have sickle cell anemia. And there's so many other things that this thing can help with, right? I mean, it's one of the greatest medical breakthroughs that we've seen in a while. Sickle cell anemia, as you may or may not know, is something that I've dealt with all of my life. I was born with it. People were born with sickle cell anemia. There's probably about 100,000 people here in just the U.S. that have sickle cell anemia, out of the many people, right? I'm like, geez, I'm part of a small group of individuals that have this thing that's debilitating. It's this thing that, causes you to have these incredible pain crises. I've been hospitalized hundreds of times. I've had 2 right hip replacements, total right hip replacements. I've had sickle cell complications in so many other ways, including ulcers and things like that on my legs, right? I've had to learn how to use this arm all over again. I've had to learn how to walk all over again. So this is a disease that really impacts the lives of a lot of people, and it causes this quality of life for some people that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, right? Many people with sickle cell anemia are not able to work. They're not able to just perform simple day-to-day activities. And then one of the worst effects of it is the shortening of life, right? Most people with sickle cell anemia don't live into their 30s or 40s because it cripples them that much. My older sister, Gwendolyn, had it, and she ended up dying at the age of 20. She died in her mid-20s, I think. I'm not sure of exactly how old she was. I was just about 12 years old, 13 years old at that point. And, ironically, out of just the two of us in our family, we were the only ones born of sickle cell, right? Out of all the children that my mom and dad had. And my doctors didn't expect me to live past the age of 17 years old. Right? As a matter of fact, I'm in the hospital one day at Yale New Haven Hospital, and I'm having a pain crisis. I had been in the hospital for about 3 weeks. I'm 12 years old. And right outside of my hospital door, I hear my mother and my doctor having this conversation. And after a couple of minutes, the doctor, in just this tone, he says to my mom, "Look, Mrs. Cohen, you shouldn't expect your son Ty to live past the age of 17 years old." They didn't know that I heard the conversation. They had no idea that I heard the conversation. I immediately start thinking about this thing, and I'm 12 years old. I put the covers over my head and I start crying. I start crying uncontrollably, right? I think, it impacted me so much so that I'm thinking I've got 5 more years to live. 5 more years to live in and out of hospitals, in pain crises, not being able to play in the snow, not being able to swim, not being able to play outside and play basketball and do all the things that normal kids were able to do, because it could cause me to overexert myself and go into this pain crisis, which would then possibly have me in the hospital for days or weeks at a time. And then as I get home, months later, my sister Gwen dies, making it even more real for me, making this thing more of a matter-of-fact event for me. The fact that I would just have a few more years to live. Now, why am I sharing this story with you? I'm sharing this story with you because it's become my mission, right? I've got 2 missions in life, outside of your normal missions of being a husband and a father. Now, 2 of my main missions are to, number 1, positively impact the lives of over 100 million people a year. Hopefully I've been able to positively impact your life in some form or fashion. If I haven't, follow me. Make sure that you subscribe right now. Make sure that you like this video so that this platform can show you more of my videos. My second mission is to educate, inform, inspire, and provide coping mechanisms for people like me who have sickle cell anemia. The young individuals who may not think that they have a chance to live past whatever death sentence they believe that they have because of sickle cell anemia. It's to continue to help people to push on, whether they have sickle cell anemia or not. It's continuing to help people like you who may be going through something, because we're all either just heading out of a problem, heading into a problem, or currently in a problem. My mission is to help you, regardless of which one of those stages you're in, right? And along with that, it is to build awareness around this incredibly devastating freaking disease, sickle cell anemia. So what I've had to do is I've had to push myself to create videos like this, push myself to speak to as many people as possible, push myself to do the things that are required. And I'm urging you to do the things that are required, not the things that are easy, not the things that are fun, but do the things that are required in order for you to get to where you want to be. Do the things that are required. And when you take on that type of an attitude, it becomes easier to fight procrastination. It becomes easier to fight the thoughts that are battling in your head. It becomes easier to fight laziness. It becomes easier to do the things that may scare you, like being on video. It becomes easier for you to really listen to your heart and to tune into your heart and to let your heart guide you, regardless of whatever else may be going on outside of your life. And because I've been able to do that, and I'm constantly getting better at it, when this announcement came out yesterday that the FDA approved CRISPR as a cure for sickle cell anemia, there's been people that have taken these doses that have been part of clinical trials one individual, one young kid, ironically, is from my state, Connecticut. He's been free of sickle cell for 2 years now. 13-year-old boy, I think he was about 13 or 14, who just didn't think that he would live long because he had this thing. So because of this gene editing technology, they've been able to go in and give this kid a much longer life. Now, because I've been able to share these types of videos, because I've openly spoken about having sickle cell, and because even when I didn't want to, because I'm very prideful. I've talked about the battles that I had with sickle cell, all of the blood transfusions, all of the hospital stays, all of the nights where I would wake up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And just recently, maybe about a month ago, right, had a sickle cell crisis where I woke up and my entire head, my teeth, my chest, my ankles, my wrist, almost every area of your body where you have blood flowing, being in pain. Pain where it feels like it's a razor that's just cutting in your veins, in your capillaries. So much so to the point where there's been times where, and I've been in pain so much where you're in this bout of pain, you're like, oh my God, just please cut my arm off. I think that'll be less painful than this pain that I'm having right now. But because I've been able to share this, the beauty in it has been that when this announcement came out yesterday, so many of you, literally dozens and dozens and dozens of people sent me messages. They sent me text messages. They called me and they said, hey, Ty, there's this cure that's on the horizon. This is this thing that's working right now. People that really care about me, people that are aware of the fact that I have sickle cell, and that only happened because I was forcing myself to the point where even as I thought that I was this introvert, I still said, you know what? Let me do what is required. Do what is required in creating videos and impacting people's lives and creating messages that hopefully can inspire people. I'm asking you to just do what is required, because when you do what is required, not only do you help other people, but then people want to help you back in return. So with that said, go ahead, like, comment, share this message if you got something out of it. Make this mantra of, make it your goal that, look, I'm going to do what's required. If you're going to join me on this journey here, and it's not going to always be easy, right? I want you to just type in the comments that I will do what is required. If that means in any area of your life. When it gets hard as a mom, when it gets hard as a dad, when it gets hard as a husband, when it gets hard as, this individual that wants to maintain their diet, that wants to work out, that wants to push forward with his business that they're looking to start, you will remind yourself to do what is required. And sometimes it requires you to put little sticky notes around, right? I've got the sticky note on the bottom of my computer. You probably can't see it. It says, do what is required. You probably can't. I think it's too bright for you to read it. But it says, I will do what is required, not what I want or feel like, but what is required. Right? With that said, go ahead, comment, like, share. Let me know that you'll do what is required. And continue to spread the word about sickle cell and any research or any things that you find out there. If you ever find anything, share it with me. Send me a message, send me a text, give me a phone call. My cell phone number is area code 203-526-6031. If there's ever anyone that you come across that has sickle cell anemia, whether they're a younger kid or whether there's someone that's older, an adult, whether it's a family, whether it's someone that's a caretaker for someone that has sickle cell anemia, give them my phone number. Because there's some things that I've learned over the years about dealing with it in a way where you can have a great quality of life, right? I live an amazing life, an incredible life, right? So 203-526-6031. I'll see you. Thanks.